If I can move on, you mentioned Minister Offord's comments about your meeting with the Icelandic Prime Minister. Did you or did you not speak about independence with the
She asked me about independence.
So you spoke about independence?
The Prime Minister of Iceland asked me about independence.
So you spoke about independence?
I answered her questions, yeah.
So therefore, Minister Offord was correct in what he said about the discussions that you had had with international counterparts and governments on Scottish independence, because you said you never put independence on the agenda, but that doesn't mean you never speak about independence at these meetings.
I'm very polite and I answer people's questions, Mr. Ross, as I'm trying to do to you.
So I'm just checking, when you said to this committee that you never put independence on the agenda, that doesn't mean that you never speak about independence in these meetings?
If people are keen to ask me questions, I'm always happy to answer, Mr. Ross.
Well, it would be interesting if you had answered about the current political state of Scotland, but we're not allowed to ask about that. So you can confirm that you did speak about independence with the Icelandic Prime Minister in the October meeting of the Arctic Council Circle?
I refer to the answer he gave a moment ago.
Yes or no?
I did say yes.
Yes.
I was asked a question and I answered it.
And then in
which, as I've already mentioned, would be subject of a report by the UK ambassador to Iceland that was in the meeting with me.
I was just going to come on to that because I noted down in response to the chair, you said that the ambassador or any other diplomat has never raised concerns about you speaking about independence in these meetings. But would you agree with me that diplomats would never do that? They tend to sit very poker-faced, as Mr Whiteman is doing throughout this session, and would never interject in that way. It may come out in a readout of that meeting following. They would never... Could you imagine a diplomat ever interjecting between two politicians in that way?
I don't think that's how it would work. If there was ever an issue that needed to be raised, I would never presume that a British diplomat would not choose a diplomatic way in making their views known on the subject. But never had.
Can I ask